This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi, I'm Steve Irvin with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. 2 people killed and 7 people hurt after a crash involving a city bus and 4 other vehicles. This happened just before 4 this afternoon at 7th Avenue in Missouri. Investigators are still trying to determine the cause of the wreck, but we're told nobody on the bus was hurt. Federal investigators now getting involved after 4 people were killed and 9 others hurt in a crash with a semi-truck on the Loop 202. This one happened Wednesday night in the eastbound lanes of the 202 near 52nd and Van Buren streets. According to DPS, the driver pulling a tank full of milk failed to slow down and rear-ended several cars. The crash caused the tanker to come off the truck, crossing into the westbound lanes, and then the truck burst into flames. In addition to DPS, the National Transportation Safety Board is also joining the investigation into what caused this crash.
Good night, sir. You will be deeply missed. Rest in peace.
Phoenix police issuing the last call for police officer Genero New. He was laid to rest today, a week after he was killed by a red light runner. The 27-year-old had been with the department for less than 2 years. His wife saying it's a loss she'll have to face for decades.
It doesn't just stop after today. Today is the easy part. The hardest part is living the rest of our lives with this loss.
Officer New's widow saying she hopes her loss will remind others life is short and to tell the people close to you that you love them. Now to our Wildfire Watch as we continue to track the twin fires burning near Globe. More than 150,000 acres have been destroyed by the Telegraph and Mescal fires, including several homes. Governor Doug Ducey given an aerial tour today, giving him a better idea of the huge challenge facing firefighters. Today he announced he will call a special session of the state legislature to make sure fire crews are equipped for these blazes and the ones still to come this summer. Right now, fire crews are closely monitoring another wildfire that's also growing in size. The Slate Fire northwest of Flagstaff has now ballooned to 5,000 acres. There's no containment tonight. Fire officials say the winds are helping to fuel this fire. There are no structures threatened, but portions of Highway 180 will be closed until the fire is contained. Turning now to the latest on the pandemic, experts say it is becoming increasingly unlikely the U.S. will meet President Biden's goal of getting at least 70% of eligible Americans at least partially vaccinated by July 4th. Right now, about 60% of eligible Arizonans have gotten at least one shot. Vaccination rates would need to increase quickly, but it is still possible. Arizona could be one of about a dozen states on track to meet that goal. One of the COVID metrics that caught our attention today was the number of new deaths reported, 27. You can see on the left side of your screen that's more than double the daily average over the past 2 weeks, but it's not exactly what it seems. ABC 15 data analyst Garrett Archer providing some clarity tonight.
What we're seeing in the numbers right now that are reported from the AZDHS is there's a lot of catching up from 2020. So there's a lot of research going on and other things in the background that are sometimes pushing numbers up every once in a while. But the main drive of the numbers, the epi curve, has not changed. For example, today's number of 27 deaths, when you actually look at where those deaths fall, only about 9 of them fall in the most recent several weeks.
Garrett says when looking at an epi curve, we're really seeing about 10 deaths per day, and that really hasn't changed for several weeks. A new contender has entered the race for U.S. Senate. Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich announcing today he will challenge Democratic Senator Mark Kelly for his seat in the 2022 election. That is, if he wins the nomination. He joins a list of other challengers, including retired General Mick McGuire and solar energy executive Jim Lehman.